Welcome back, Plush Maniacs, to another Mario Plush discussion. So just a couple days ago, Sanei dropped a big news on their Twitter account that they are going to be releasing two brand new Princess Peach Showtime plushes. One is a regular Peach holding Stella, her partner from the game, and the other is a Swordfighter Peach with her own sword and her unique Swordfighter attire. So these are two new plushes, of course. They are the second and third overall new Mario plushes this year, following the Mario Wonder Elephant Mario. So they've already been doing more than they did for 2023 and 2022 and since 2021 with their new releases, because since 2021 it's just been re-releases all the way up until this brand new Elephant Mario, of course. So this is very exciting news, and I'm joined today by Mr. Evan Reynolds.
Hello everybody, I'm very happy to be here with you guys today.
So, Mr. Reynolds, what were your initial reactions to seeing this announcement from Sanei? What did you think about the plushes?
Well, first I was shocked because they haven't made anything in a while, but the second thing that shocked me was their face. I was expecting them to slap on the All-Star Princess Peach face, but considering they've never made a variant of Peach or a new Peach plush since a Wedding Peach plush, I was just shocked that she looked different, but I also kind of expected it anyway, because the Wedding Peach plush is significantly a little different. So I do know what the Peach plush or the Wedding Peach plush looks like. So there's a lot of similarities with this one, but not with the All-Star Peach. So we'll get into them and deep dive into everything. So these are, I believe, the second Princess Peach Showtime plushes, because in Japan some weird brand released like a Peach, like with a big head, and they also released Stella by herself, and that's all I've been seeing on Macari Japan. I don't know what brand made those, but they're out, and now we have more Princess Peach Showtime plushes.
And these Sanei ones, we will be picking these up because for every single new Sanei Mario release, we do pick them up to cover them for all of you on the channel. And these are going to be releasing in early August, so that is just a couple of months away. And that's actually not something that they do too often, because whenever they announce a new plush, it usually takes a while before they are released. Because I remember the All-Star Koopalings were announced in February, and then they didn't come out until late July, so that was a very long wait for those. And the Birdo Wave of the All-Star set, that was announced in June, came out in late October. So the wait is it's not a long wait this time, which I'm very thankful for. And I'm very excited for these plushes. So like you said, the face is the most different part. I originally expected it to be like the All-Star plushes, like he said, but they look very different. It's not something that we've ever seen before from a Sanei Princess Peach plush. Because the most recent one, of course, is Wedding Peach, and she looks beautiful, one of the prettiest Peach plushes that we have. I think the best Peach plush that we have, and this one takes a totally different direction. So, Mr. Reynolds, we'll start off with the All-Star Peach. Walk us through the differences that you can see.
So the first difference, of course, is the face. The mouth is the exact same, the nose is the exact same, but now when we take a look at the eyes, now that's something that is different. Now, when you look at the eyes, they are more rounded like the old Sanei Peach, but they're more like a circle shape this time too. It looks more modeled off of her box art logo, which is from the Mario movie, or her face is from the Mario movie, so it definitely looks like that. And another thing is that her eyeliner is much thicker, and it actually ends like in the middle half of her eyes instead of going all the way down to the bottom of her eyes. And the bottom of the All-Star Princess Peach's eyes are cut off with a straight line, so that has like a weird curve. And like I said, these ones are fully round this time, rounder than the old one and rounder than the Wedding Peach. And the eyebrows are a lot smaller, skinnier, but thicker, and they're actually brown. Now, in the All-Star Princess Peach, you can notice that her nose and eyebrows are actually like a gold color, like an actual blonde color, and on the old Peach it's a skin color or skin tone one with that nose, and it's like more of like a brownish kind of, it's hard to explain it, more like a tan skin color tone. So this one is actually completely brown, and the eyes, let me see the pupils here. So the pupils look a little more dark blue, they also look a lot more rounded. So overall, that is the big difference. Her sideburns still, the only thing that I hate sometimes about the Peach plushes is that her sideburns still hang over the earrings, so you cannot see the earrings properly, so that's still the same. The biggest difference too is her hair. So before we get into like how her hair is even positioned, because that's to be expected, because her hair is positioned anyway, so the ponytails are not a big surprise, but the front is a big surprise, because now they actually put like her curves, they actually point out, because the All-Star Peach and the old one, they're like connected together and they're like separated by lines, but this time they're like actually separated and they're more pointed like the Wedding Peach. So that is a big difference. So now they actually curve instead of having these weird bumps and curves. So these ones are definitely better than the All-Star Peach already. And her point, the middle of the point, is pretty much the exact same. Of course, she doesn't have her crown, but our Princess Peach doesn't even have her crown either, so we're kind of used to all of that. She does have her bow tie, which is also peaking. So now let's go to the actual photo of her, the back photo of her. So, and it's the exact same ponytail, or not the exact same ponytail, because the Wedding Peach, her hair is like kind of in a bun. Like a very short ponytail, but it has a lot of weird spaghetti lines that are like super thick. So that is a weird difference about it. But now this time it's a full-on ponytail, so you can see that like the back of her sideburns still point out on the end, which is a great detail. And then the actual ponytail is just a plain big ponytail, and it has a nice points and curves at the end, like how Peach is. Her bow tie, on the other hand, is very nice. Other than that, she looks pretty much the same on the body like the All-Star Peach, but actually, let's look at that. So, they actually made the collar super nice. It looks like it sticks out like how the Wedding Peach actually has a neck. So this one actually looks like it has a neck too. So that was the biggest problem with the Princess Plushes, except Rosalina from Sanei. Her dress looks a lot more puffed up, but that could be because of a stock photo reason. So other than that, the dress looks the exact same, maybe a little darker pink. Berto and Wendy looked a little darker pink on their All-Star photos, but they're not so much differently. Like, Berto was darker pink, so maybe this Peach is darker pink, like the old Sanei Peach is, because the All-Star Peach is a little lighter than the old Sanei Peach. So, of course, Stella looks exactly like how she does in the game, so not too much to cover about her. But she actually looks like the plush that other brand made in Japan, which is nice too. So both of those brands, and Sanei of course, are both good, except the other one goes for a little more cartoony look, but Sanei just nailed this Peach plush. So that is all the differences for this one before we move on to the swordsman. So let's hand it over to Mr. McCormick for his thoughts.
So one thing that I noticed right away is that this one has a very poofy dress, and like he said, it could be just a stock photo, but part of me thinks that it's just a new design that they're trying to go for. It because the All-Star Peach and even the old one, their dress just goes flat, and I'm kind of wondering if it's gonna be like I guess I could explain it like the figures, where it's just Mario Party 5 Peach is the best way, where it's just flat on the bottom and it looks poofy like that, and it could just be a solid piece instead of having a real dress. It could be like that, but I'm not sure what it is, but it does look a lot poofier. And my favorite part of this thing is the hair, of course. Because the Wedding Peach, it didn't have a full ponytail, of course, but this one does. I guess you can consider it the first real Peach plush from Sanei with a ponytail, because the other one with the wedding one, it was a very high up ponytail, so it didn't really look like one. But this is the exact same hairstyle that she has in like the Mario Karts, for example, when she's in her biker suit. So that looks very nice, unique one. And one thing that I do like about this plush especially is that how she is holding Stella. It reminds me a lot of my favorite ones, the Mario Galaxy plushes, when they were holding that. So this is a nice callback to all that and gives me nice memories. So I like how she is holding Stella. Very nice addition, makes this a very unique Peach plush. And I'm kind of also curious if that bow is the same one that they used for Wendy, and then they just took off all the stuff for it. But we'll have to wait till August for that. So very happy how this plush looks. Can't wait to pre-order it and have it in my hands. So now we'll move on to the Swordfighter one. What things do you notice about that one?
So, like the face, we're not going to go over too much of the face because it looks exactly like the other one, but she has her red earrings this time, which is super nice. So it's well, this one has a jewel present on her like little bib or whatever she's wearing on the pirate gear. But behind Stella, we don't know if she has the jewel on the Stella one either to tell, but the jewel does look different. So, other than that, the face is basically the exact same, other than the red earrings. We'll move on to the hair in a little bit. But that's the only difference I noticed about this one. And this is also the first Peach without her iconic dress, so it's just her legs. And we all know that Princess Peach still has her legs under the All-Star plushes and old ones, but she just like has a round body and weird body under it. So this one actually gives her curves like Pauline, and it looks like way nicer. So you can see that her boots also look detailed too. So of course, like it's not her plain high heels. So we'll see how the high heels are designed on the other Peach plush. She's holding her nice sword. Kind of reminds me of the old Sanei Mennonite, because he held his sword too. So that was the first. Now that was one of the Sanei plushes I could think off the top of my head, because well, Kamek holds her wand too, but like this one's different because her arm's sticking out, and so that's a nice touch. And there are feathers on her hat. This is very, very nice because the hat is also very, very nice. So you can see how it has that nice flap, and you can see how it has the nice flowers. And this is actually another plush that has a hat like how Mario has their hat. So I'm wondering if you can take this one off, but you should not take this one off because it's super nice. And of course, we don't recommend taking off anything off these plushes. But other than that, there is a nice detail about her. Her jewel is actually there as well. Her nice flap and her nice coat. So her nice bracelets as well, or like the nice little detail on here, and her suit and her nice like undersuit there, because well, I think she's a pirate. We don't even have this game, so I don't know what she's based off of. She's a swordsman though, so that is also very nice details. So that is pretty much it. The other thing I want to clarify is that the other Peach holding Stella is 24.5 centimeters. We'll have to see if she's taller than the All-Star Peach. We'll have to convert that to inches soon. And this one is 26 inches. Not mainly, maybe because of the hat. They look the same size to me, so I don't know what makes her taller. Maybe like the sword or the feathers sticking out of her actual hat. And of course, these both released in late August. So now let's move on to early August. Excuse me. So now let's move on to the second photo of the Peach with the hair. So here's a nice another close-up we're looking at, and I think the actual rims of the rims of the coat actually looks like some nice plasticky or different fabric material. So like the rims look like a different material that is not soft on the Peach. So you can see her arm is sticking out, which is nice, kind of like the Koopalings holding their wands, how they stick out with them too. That's another nice detail. So now we look at the back, her full hat, which is also very nice. It has that nice flap. We've tried to make custom hats for plushes, but now we can kind of get an idea of how Sanei does it, so maybe we could do that for future customs. And now let's get onto the back, where she has a nice little cutout that separates the actual coat that she is wearing, which is also a very, very nice detail. Now let's move on to the ponytail. So the ponytail is also very, very nice. It's a little different though. So if we go back to the other Peach photo, this one's like in a weird ponytail where like the hair separates like into like strands. But then this one looks like a thicker ponytail where it looks like it would just like be a normal ponytail, like if she woke up with a ponytail or like put on a normal ponytail. So it's kind of hard to explain. This one's just like a normal ponytail with no details besides like little cloud details, it's hard to explain with like the little lines. But then the other photo has like the wedding Peach one where like they all split end with a nice like point that curves up. Well, this one's just much more of like a generic ponytail, like how Peach actually is in the other games, or maybe not the Mario Kart games. I keep forgetting how that ponytail is, but she has a nice little black tie to tie all that down. So overall, this one also looks pretty nice. And I have a question for Mr. McCormick. Do you think these plushes will stand? Because of course stock photos are usually like blare or like transparent out, like the things that are holding them up, of course. So do you think these will be the first princesses that can actually stand on their own?
I think they'll have flappy legs like on the All-Star Peach, and I think they'll be able to sit, and I think that'll be how they're meant to be displayed. They do look like they're, of course, have these things that are standing up on them, of course, to make them stand up for the stock photos. So I do think that they're going to have soft legs like the All-Star Peach and all the other ones, and they will not be able to stand. So it would be interesting if they do stand, because it would be a first. I don't have the wedding Peach with me, but I'm pretty sure that she just sits in a regular pose too. Yeah. So if they do make these stiff, it'll be a first for Sanei Peach plushes, but I do not think that they will stand up on their own. So there's that. And once again, these will be releasing in early August, and they are 26 centimeters for the Swordfighter one, 24.5 for the regular one.
And I just want to point out, looking at this closer photo, you can notice like the bib part where her jewel is. I forgot to mention that the jewel is also smaller. But this part of the fabric right here that I'm showing Mr. McCormick looks like it could be the same fabric they used for Poochie, because it looks like super, super soft. And like she looks super, super soft, like all over the place. And her sword is also some weird rubber material. It's exactly the same as my Meta Knight sword. It's the exact same material, which is nice because I've never seen a Mario plush with this material. So it'll be a unique first for Mario plushes. So overall, this one's also nice. It looks like a lighter peach colored for her lips as well. So I was just pointing out final details. And then on the bottom, she actually has her buttons in red, which are very, very hard to see. I don't know if it's portrayed by like a separate piece of tiny felt or embroidery, but I assume it's just embroidery. And like Mr. McCormick said, these probably do sit down, but for the Swordfighter Peach, she does look like she can stand, but also sit, because it looks like there's like flaps where her legs end, like to make her sit. But then on the other hand, I think she can stand too. But that would be weird because her legs are so thin, and she would be super, super top heavy. So I don't know. We'll just have to see when we pick these up. And I know I definitely want these because I'm a fan of the princess plushes, and they also have very, very nice details. So we cannot wait to pick these guys up. And another thing, let me see about Stella, because Stella probably has different fabric too. And we should talk about Stella for a quick second, because we didn't actually review her, so you can see like her nice bow tie has a nice turquoise felt, darker than Rosalina's fabric actually, and her nice tiny bow tie, and she still has embroidering to portray her eyes, and that little tiny bang on her, of course, so that is also another thing to point out. So overall, these ones are just super, super great. I am excited for them to release, and we just cannot wait for them, so we'll see how they are and bring you all the coverage as soon as we get them.
So one thing that I do want to mention right away is that on Mercari Japan and Amazon Japan, they are not yet available. Sanei has not posted the listings for them as of this recording. But whenever they do post them and we do get to see the price and the shipping, we will make sure to deliver that information to you as quickly as possible, because we will be pre-ordering these as soon as they're made available, because we will be covering them for you on the network. So we'll give you all that info as soon as it becomes available. But one thing that I did notice a lot of comments on when we did the video is that people are asking, they have already done these 2 Princess Peach Showtime plushes, but they have only done 1 plush for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And there is some confusion. There is actually a little bit of anger as to why that there is no more Super Mario Bros. Wonder plushes. And Mr. Reynolds, what do you think is the future of Mario Wonder? Do you think that the Sanei will add plushes to the set? And if they do, who do you think they will add?
Well, given that they released these, like, now, and they haven't released anything else, I don't think they're gonna make any new Mario Wonder plushes, because, like, the bootleggers already beat them to it. The bootleggers haven't even made bootleg Princess Peach Showtime plushes.
They did make a bootleg Stella, and, yeah.
Wait, they did?
They did, a couple of weeks ago. It is a bootleg, and the brand of the official version is a Sega. It's from Sega, and it's a UFO catcher toy. And there is bootlegs of it.
Oh, so thank you for that clarification. I did not know what brand the real ones were, but anyway. Well, if they've made the bootlegs, well, it's possible for Mario Wonder plushes, but like I said, they released Elephant Mario a long time ago, and that was the only one in the set. So it would make more sense for them to release more, but like how Sanei is, it's just super, super weird. And like Peach has a lot of other variants too, but they only released 2 for this set. So I'm thinking this will be the last of the Princess Peach Showtime plushes and the Mario Wonder ones. But if they were to make another Mario Wonder plush, I'd have to sadly go with only Elephant Luigi, given the quantity they've been quantity of plushes they've been making for the sets now. So, and another thing, they've been making game sets. They haven't made anything for the All-Star Collection either. So I don't think we're going to see any more All-Star plushes or Mario Wonder plushes, unless if there's like a new game for a new game series, of course. But I think that is about it for now. And also like how the Luigi's Mansion plushes are now re-released for the new game that released on the Switch. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon came to the Switch. So I think that is another thing. They're only making plushes based off of the games now, and they're not doing like any others for like the All-Star Collection or like other old games that they released for. So all in all, I think probably no more Mario Wonder plushes.
That's about right, because one thing that I've noticed over the years is that each game set is relatively small. So you do this Princess Peach Showtime, that's 2 of them. Captain Toad only had 2 plushes. I think the biggest game sets were Mario Bros. U and Mario 3D World, because those had the 4 main ones, 2 mediums, and of course those had a lot of characters, but they never had any enemies in them. So if they do continue Mario Wonder set, I do think, unfortunately, it would probably be the elephant of the rest of the characters. And I would like to see the enemies, or Castle Bowser or somebody like that, but they just have no history of doing that with any of the other sets. There was no Meowser, there was no Tail Bowser for 3D Land. They generally stick to the baby faces for the small game-specific sets. So if Mario Wonder was to continue, it would only be the good guys, unfortunately. And this Princess Peach thing actually does set a unique precedent, because the game came out in March, it's already June. Most people who want the game already have it, and they waited until now to make these plushes. So that means that anything could happen with Mario Wonder. The game could be out for a year, they could announce more to the set, so we don't know. With what this Princess Peach set just did, it means that they can add on to any old game set pretty much at any time, because I don't think they ever did that before. Or at least in living memory for me, I don't remember them ever doing that after the game released. So there's that. We hope we address that. That was one thing that a lot of people had the questions about, is why are they doing 2 Princess Peach Showtime plushes, but they only did 1 for Mario Wonder, especially when Mario Wonder was already the fastest selling mainline game ever. You would think they would do more for that set, and hopefully they do. But I'm also hoping that they just expand the All-Star set with brand new plushes that we've never seen before, because it's just been re-releases all the way up until the Elephant Mario. Really. So I hope to see a lot more new characters, and I hope to see a lot more new stuff. And this Princess Peach plush set could potentially be the last one before the Switch 2. Unless there's anything new in the Direct, a new game that we don't know about, there could be plushes for that, of course, like there is for this Peach game, because we didn't know about the Peach game a year ago at this time. So if there could be something new in the Direct, that could warrant a plush set, but if there isn't, I do think that this could be the last plush set of the Switch era before we get on to the Switch 2 with the next mainline Mario and next mainline plush set in general.
So, like how you said with the Direct, so this could also be potentially the last one for the Switch, actually, because September can be like actual Switch 2 announcements or something maybe like that. So anyway, other than that, like Mr. McCormick said, we really do hope they expand the All-Star set and many more sets. But this could also be a potential for a new plush set that has mainline characters like a Superstar collection or something like that. Because given that these plushes look super different, and look super good and like brand new from anything we've ever seen, maybe Sanei is preparing for like a Superstar collection where they revise all their old plushes and make a whole brand new set with like 10 times more characters than the All-Star set or something. But we think it might be a little too soon, but the old Sanei Super Mario set ended in 2015, so, and it's been 5 years, or technically 2017, more than 5 years since the All-Star collection. So we really don't like see the end for All-Star collection anytime soon, or other sets, but who knows, because it's been since 2022 since we got an All-Star plush, and we always got one at least once a year, so I think it was really the end for the All-Star collection. I think 70, what number were they at, like 80? Did they end off with like 80 plushes, or how many?
So the Koopaling, Ludwig was 70, and then they did Monty Mole, Spike, Birdo, Nabbit, and Buzzy Beetle, so they're at 75 right now. They could do 5 more to end it off, but I do think there was nothing in 2023. I think there would have been if they were planning to continue it. So I do think that the All-Star set is unfortunately over with, which I think is a very big missed opportunity, because they could have done so much more characters.
Pauline,
the biggest problem with the All-Star set, to me at least, and well, this will have to be a separate video for another time, but there is only a handful of original brand new characters. There's Toadette, there's Boom Boom, there's Pom Pom, there's Poochie, there's Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina, there's Dry Bowser, there's Metal Mario, and those are really 9 new plushes out of that whole set with 75, which is a giant missed opportunity. They could have been doing so much more unique brand new characters, and that's one of the reasons why the Sanei set, their original one, is always going to remain special to all of us, is because all of those people were new at the time. The Rosalina, Daisy, those were all new. Spike, Fuzzy, Pokey, all those Porky Puffer, all those people were new, and there's just barely anything new with the All-Star set. And of course, everything that was new with the All-Star set was amazing. Dry Bowser's the best in the world, of course. So, it's just a big missed opportunity, but we're getting off track, and we're about done here with this Princess Peach Showtime discussion. So, if you enjoyed all of our coverage so far, make sure to go back and check out all the previous videos we have done on this already. Make sure to follow our Instagram page, because on the Instagram page, that is where we post all of the newest breaking news for plushes. We posted the Princess Peach plushes the second they got revealed.
The bootlegs.
And we also post every single brand new fake plush that gets announced. Or that gets released on eBay, rather. So if you want to stay up to date on the news, go follow us on Instagram.com/MarioPlushNet. and stay tuned for all of our content here on YouTube, because we will be buying these 2 plushes, and we will be, of course, buying every single new Sanei plush that Mario that they make in the future, because that's what we do here. We do Mario Plus stuff. And if you enjoy our stuff, we hope you subscribe to us, because we appreciate all of your support, and we hope to keep delivering all of this stuff for you in the future. So thank you very much for listening to this discussion, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.